Hey, this is NeoFlight, and I'm coming to you within my Clade Under Let's Play world. Today I have a couple items on my to-do list. First off, I want to build a cobblestone generator, so that's my first goal. And second, I want to go back to the nether and see if I can get some more quadruple compressed clay off of the miniature wither skeletons. So those are my two goals, and I've done this as a live stream on Mixer. However, I did not record it properly, so the audio was really bad, and it's totally my fault. I just didn't click all the right settings, and so I'm going to kind of just give you a recap of what happened during that Mixer live stream. Hey, this is the crusher. I kept calling it the crusher, but it's really called the hammer fabricator. And what it will do is it will crush cobblestone down into gravel. I'm sure it will crush some other resources, but I don't know what they are yet. The only one that I've figured out is that cobblestone to gravel is a really good trade. So that means that I really need a cobblestone generator if I'm going to get any large amounts of cobblestone, because with gravel, one of the major items in there are diamonds from sifting out the gravel, or iron ingots. So that was what I was determined to be the first thing I was going to go for, is to build a cobblestone generator. So I need a bucket. I need a bucket to move the water and the lava into the appropriate spots for the generator. And funny thing, during the live stream, I couldn't find, I knew I had a bucket, but I couldn't find it. And I was searching all over the place. So I went to my mob grinder because I needed to get some more iron nuggets if I was going to make a bucket. And right here I have this zombie. I think he's a stone zombie, and he's carrying a shovel, so I wanted to make him drop the shovel and get that for some more iron nuggets to be turned into ingots, so I could get a bucket, because I couldn't find a bucket for the life of me. And I'm searching. I'm laughing because I know what's going to happen here. I think you guys could obviously see it. Here is when I discover where my bucket is. Because I was using it in this dispenser to dispense the water to turn zombies into drowns. So here I am running around trying to find a bucket. Finally I resolved to just go for some more iron using the mob farm. And then I realized, oh, there's my bucket. It's inside the dispenser for turning zombies into drowns to get them to drop their items, which is a good practice and a good strategy. But I didn't really want to waste a whole bunch of time trying to grind out enough iron for another bucket, because iron is not the easiest resource to come by. Now I have to decide where I'm going to put this cobblestone generator, and I decided this wall would probably be the best spot. And right now I'm kind of thinking about height. I want it to be tall enough so that I don't have to step down to use it. I'd rather just be able to walk up to it and use it. So that means building it another block higher than normal. Say if I were in a Skyblock map where I don't have access to a bunch of different blocks, I might build it just right at ground level, but I don't really want to build this one at ground level. So I'm thinking that through. I make this mistake all the time. I try to build my generators too close together. You have to have 4 inside blocks so that both the water and the lava are flowing for it to work correctly. And I had it at 3, which means that I probably would have turned my lava into a block of obsidian, which I do all the time. But I got it all fixed up, and now it is the appropriate size, and I need to use that bucket that I have, and it's kind of smarter to put the water in first and then put in the lava. And Yeah, but there is lava. I don't know if you know in the Clade Underworld, but at the very bottom level there's lava, and actually at the very top there's lava. So there's no, access to bedrock at the bottom or access to bedrock in the sky. It's lava. You can get to it eventually, but there's a lava layer on the top and the bottom. So putting the water in first is smart because then it's flowing and it won't accidentally turn your lava into obsidian. And then you can throw the lava in the remaining space there and let it flow into the water. That's just the more careful way to do it. And there we have it, an actual cobblestone generator in Clade Under, which I was thinking about it. I should have made one, much longer. I mean, earlier in the game, I should have made a cobblestone generator, but I didn't really have a need for it with all the clay around and everything. But it was once I created the hammer that cobblestone became an actual commodity, something that I could use to get other resources. So that is why I waited this long before I made one. So yeah, having a cobblestone generator is going to, I think, make obtaining some of the more rare resources a bit easier. I could grind away to get those diamond nuggets and eventually get diamonds, which can help me on my progress towards 2 goals. I want to make Clayton. That's one of my goals, and that requires a diamond tool. And then there's the universal generator fabricator, which I think is kind of a key element to this game. So I am going to progress towards that as well, using the cobblestone or other means to get the resources there. So anyway, success on the cobblestone generator, and let's check out what happens next. Hey, I wanted to move the fabricators. I had already moved the hammer, and I had picked up the sieve. And to move a fabricator, to break it, you have to use a lever. You just try to give it a lever, and then it will break. And then to place it back down, you just put it in your inventory and make it the active inventory item, and it will place. So now I have the sieve down and the hammer close to the cobblestone generator so that I can do some grinding here, probably off, not on stream. I'll probably do that some other time. Then I, of course, wanted to put my water bucket back. I picked up some slime. The slime like to climb the scaffolding for some reason, and then they fall off and actually kill themselves. Maybe there's a farm in that. I don't know. But I wanted to make sure I put the water bucket back so I didn't lose it, which is something I could have done. And of course, since there's some mobs in the mob farm, I decided to get rid of those. Mob farm's been doing pretty well since I've started kind of cleaning out the area on the opposite side. And you can see I got a carrot out of one of the zombies. So I've had some questions about where do you get food, and that was how I got my first crops, was this way. And then of course there's I think it's a creeper. No, it's a zombie that drops dirt, and you can use that to mine it up. Then I decided to take a look at the book because I wanted to think about what is the goals here? What were some of the goals? So I was looking through the book, and you can kind of see, just pause it and look at the different things in the book. That was the recipe book, and this is the kind of the information book. And I know that, the goals here are to continue to compress clay, and you can go all the way down to octuple compressed clay. And I think that gets some very special resources, which I was looking in the crafting table to see what they were. I think one of them, it's like kyanite ore, which I know you can also get from sifting certain resources. Maybe it was sand or gravel. I think it's gravel. But So I was looking through to see which ones I don't have yet. Obviously, I don't have many rubies. I do have some kyanite. I don't know that I have enough for a block yet. I might. But this claron is one that I have not even seen show up yet in anything I've done. So that must be something that I have to smelt maybe out of compressed clay in order to achieve that. So that could be a goal because I do want to get some of the other fabricators, and I know that climbing the compressed clay ladder, so to speak, is what leads to some of the end game options. So that's where I was, what I'm looking at here. And I think it has to do with the generator, this universal generator. I know that if I recall correctly in Dan's videos, and I have to go back and review them, but I'm pretty sure that the universal fabric generator can be upgraded, and it gives you different things based on the upgrades. But it's not an easy thing to get because there's diamonds in it. There's this mixed bucket. The resources are not easy for it, but I think it's one of the things that I need to keep working for, especially. So I think I'm going to try to get the miner first and then go for that generator. It seems like that's a normal, or should be the typical progression. Yeah, so of all of them, I've got the hammer, I've got the sieve, I've got the fisher, and yeah, so I think that just leaves the generator and the miner to get. Keep working towards those. Of course, I'm also going to try to get Clayton. He's still on my list of things because I know he does give some special abilities that can help out in getting clay. I had a couple questions in the Mixer chat. How do you get water? And so here's the water recipe. You can see it's slime balls and then a water bottle in the middle, and that's how you obtain water. It's one of the easiest ways to obtain water. You can get the water bottle from a witch, and then you have to collect. This is the biggest part of the grind, is collecting iron nuggets and iron ingots so that you can build a cauldron, because you need 5 ingots to make the cauldron, and then you put the water in the cauldron, and that's how you obtain water. So I just wanted to go into the nether because as we discovered in previous episode, it's a good place to get compressed clay. And as I went through the portal, I was attacked by all these mobs who had been going through the portal when they generated, and then yeah, so I had a Hero Brian show up, and he spawned a bunch of mobs, and apparently some of them went through the portal. And so I was ambushed on the other side of the portal. There was a lot of lag, and I died, as you could see. So here's a little quick time lapse of me regaining everything that I needed, and then smartly, one of my Rackety Spoon, who was acting as moderator during my live stream, he recommended, you should probably put a fence in front of your portal. So I took his advice and threw a fence up in front of the portal. Live and learn. And I went back through, managed to just barely survive here again as I was being attacked by the mobs that had gone through. Fortunately, I didn't hit any of the zombie pigmen that were running around, so I didn't have to deal with that too, on top of everything else. But I managed to get up, recollect all my gear and get rid of the mobs, so that shouldn't happen again, because now there is a fence in place to keep them from going through. Let's see. So like I was saying before, the reason I came to the nether was to go back into the nether fortress and search for another mini wither skeleton. Now, these things terrify me because they're small and they're fast and they pack a huge punch, but even with all of the terror and problems with that, it was so much easier to just get one of those guys and get quadruple compressed clay versus all the mining that I would have to do. In fact, I did another mining session, and that was part of what convinced me to go back into the nether and go to the nether fortress. So I'm dealing with that spawner again, and I just decided in the end to close it up. It was just too much of a problem. So if you have an idea of how I might deal with that spawner, go ahead and let me know. Give me a comment in the comments, or leave a comment for me about it. And I went after a few of these mini blazes, and that one gave me some glowstone, so a chance to see some of the different drops. I also wanted to just take a moment and do some exploration. Got some gunpowder out of that one. So this, I was kind of hugging one wall. I didn't really bring enough torches to make a torch path, but I wanted to see what else there might be in this nether fortress, and I ran into several wither skeletons, normal ones, and I took them out here. So those, I don't know how to deal with the minis. The fact that they are so quick and that they give you blindness just kind of throws me in sort of a panic mode, and then I make a silly mistake and they kill me. But I'm out hunting for them anyway. I'm thinking about using, blocks again on the lower portion to kind of slow them down. If I lay down a set of blocks, then they have to hop over it, and maybe that's enough that I can get in a couple of attacks. They're not very strong. I think it's only 2 hits to take them out, but sometimes getting those 2 hits in can be the problem. So now I'm just kind of exploring the nether fortress with the, I kind of like these new colors. I like that Dan has tweaked it so that it's more of a gray and black. He picked a good color. I don't know the story behind it or how he came up with that, but I think the contrast with the nether, with the netherrack is really good. I like it. I don't know if it goes well with clay. I'd have to check that out, but these 2 colors work together in the nether anyway. Lava pool there. Yeah, coming up here, so yeah, I found one up here. I just saw him run. He darted off to the side, so I'm going to try this trick of blocking him off with some netherrack and see if it gives me the time that I need to, see if he pauses just long enough to jump up that it gave me a chance to attack him. So I got a diamond hoe out of that, which seems kind of useless, but it's an item anyway. Excuse me. So already this episode, I can tell, is going a little bit long. I hope that's okay. I thought because of the things that are going on in the world right now, I don't have the ability to just keep on a schedule. I've had to kind of reinvent myself for my job, and that's taken up a lot of time. So I'm just going to get these out as I can. I guess the best thing to do would be to subscribe and get notifications when they come out. I found some more wither skeletons around the corner here, but they're trapped in soul sand. So I got a little bit careless here because did you see that one come down from the stairs? He surprise attacked me, and there's my second death just for this one episode. Yeah. He came down from the upper floor. All the other wither skeletons were trapped in soul sand. So yeah, I'm going to time lapse the gathering of my resources again. But as that's going on, so yeah, I just thought with my erratic schedule and not being able to get things out regularly like I did before, because I spend all day now. Basically, I'm online constantly, and to come home and then put together videos, it just doesn't seem as appealing. So it's been kind of hard to get motivated for these sorts of things. So I guess for the time being anyway, I'm just going to complete them as time permits and then release them almost immediately after I finish them. So again, I think the best thing would be to just please subscribe and then request notifications. There's that little guy, and he got a good hit in on me, but I got him. And the loot, again, look at the loot on these guys. It's pretty insane. I got the quadruple compressed clay, I got another wither skull, and I got one of the claymore swords. So that, excellent. It's such great loot. It really is. So, excuse me. Yeah, that was still kind of worth it. I need to figure out a way to do it more without dying. Again, pre-planning some spaces where I can hold them up. Maybe I'll come back with some fences and fence gates and pressure plates. That might be the best option. And I'm going to end this episode here. I wanted to show the claymore a little bit. I had some questions on Mixer about it. And it's basically like a trident that's been reskinned. So we were kind of guessing, like, I wonder if we could put any enchantments on it, like maybe loyalty or something. Anyway, that's a thought. I want to say thank you again for watching. Thank you for being patient in this episode, being a little bit longer. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye now.